loyal viewers and outstanding subscribers. Once again, we're here at Games Wild Elf 26, folks. I, of course, am your friend, Wild Elf 26, and your favorite retro gaming elf and cosplay aficionado. Alright, folks, it's another walk and rant. This one's for March, and I got kind of a couple bits of good news, actually, about some retro franchises. So that's what will be the focus of this walk and rant. And of course, like all walk and rants, it's not about the images in the video, it's about the conversations and the excellent comments you folks leave after the walk and rant video. Alright, folks, so let's get underway in the proper point of view camera angle. Alright, now it's true that Skydance has purchased Paramount, and I believe they've also purchased CBS. And for a lot of people right now, there's some controversies. And I know, of course, a lot of people around the world, are nervous because there's skirmishes with Iran and whatnot. But I'm getting out of the political thing. I'm staying away from that. I'm going to go to this sci-fi franchise stuff that I just talked about. Now, right now, Skydance, CBS Paramount, they have a contract with Kurtzman, and a lot of OG Star Trek fans really can't stand the Kelvin timeline or any of the Kurtzman related Trek, and they've been quite vocal about it. And to a lot of degree also, these studios, they got stuck targeting younger audiences, and they've been given the middle fingers to the established audiences, which is crazy. It makes no sense. It doesn't make any good business sense either. Think about it, folks. Sure, younger demographics good, because it means you'll have loyal fans later on down the road, so you can keep making stuff. However, you look at the track record of what these Star Trek things have done, and they pretty much, especially when the Kelvin Star Trek showed up, they pretty much gave the established fan base of Star Trek the middle finger. And they kept shoving agendas into the shows and a lot of elements of wokeness that nobody asked for and did not improve the show in any conceivable way. Heck, they even, in the Picard series, which is definitely Kurtzman, and to a lesser degree Matalas, and a major degree at least the influence from Abrams, they took a character that Jerry Ryan plays, 7 of 9, the Borg, and they made her play for the other team, which makes no sense. The 7 of 9 character is famous for going after men. She went after men ever since she was individualized on Voyager. Harry Kim will be in infamy forever. They'll build a statue of Harry Kim. It'll be on the grounds in Starfleet Academy, somewhere near the bathrooms, I would bet. He's the dumbest man in all of Starfleet, Harry Kim. Apologies to Garrett Wang. But it's true, because 7 and 9 once approached Harry Kim and basically told him that she wanted physical relations with him basically 6 minutes from now in her quarters, And he said no. Dumbest man in all of Starfleet. Tell me I'm wrong. And, but yeah, but you know what? After that, she was going after other members of the male race, Remember Unimatrix Zero, that virtual place where Borgs would interact when they were individuals? She had the hots for this one dude. He was a Borg, and they had a very passionate relationship in Unimatrix Zero. And then after all that, she finally ends up eventually with Chakotay. And I'm pretty sure Chakotay's happy about that. He's thrilled about that, because when he was stuck on a planet with Captain Janeway, she was only interested in a monkey that was on the planet. Yeah, totally ignored Chakotay. But then again, she is married, as some will say, but they are super far from home. So, there's allowances. It goes all the way back to the wooden sailing ships. They're way out there in the sea for long, long periods of time. So there were many allowances. But there are still certain things that would get you divorced, even back then. But I digress. Let me get back. The CBS, Skydance CBS will, after the contract of Kurtzman is finally up, and it'll be after the second season of Starfleet Academy that nobody really wants to see, and the numbers show it. They will go in a new direction with Trek, because Skydance actually wants to respect Trek, because the inborn audience that originally had, those are the people that spend money, that buy the DVDs, that go see the movies and TV shows more than once, sometimes 3 or 4 or 5 times, whatever, and they buy the merch. And often these are the people that are the age of moms and dads rather than the kids. Now, the kids will request items. They'll request more money so they can have longer streams and be able to have more movies on their streaming service and all that. But it's often the parents that pay the money for that stuff. And they also judge whether or not it's worth paying for based on content. And I think some of the companies forget that, But yeah, Kelvin was definitely a glowing middle finger to most of the fan base. And even that Picard series, which they knew they were losing the fans. It didn't start to pick up. It didn't start to have any Star Trek really elements in it, to tell you the honest truth, until the 3rd season. But they need to do a thing where basically the multiverse of Star Trek kind of dissolves the Picard happenings and goes to the same time period. But remember the TNG finale episode, All Good Things? Yeah, they should go to that. If you look back, you can Google all this, check it out. Look at what Worf looked like in All Good Things, in the future section of All Good Things. Same thing with Admiral Riker and the new 3-engine Enterprise D. So, that's a trip. You got to see that. And it has a massive disruption cannon underneath the saucer section. Yeah, it's wild. It's a timeline where the events of generations, I guess, must have occurred differently, because the D survived. Didn't have to be refit with a new star drive. The whole ship got refit. 3rd nacelle to give it extra speed, all kinds of new plating, new armor, a shield grid probably 5 times superior to the previous one. But that's what they should do. They should meld it into that time period and then have things continue from that point. And it would be a very interesting thing if they did that. I'd be totally open to a Captain Riker series or Admiral Riker series, whatever, because that would be awesome. And I know that there's rumors that they have been in talks with both William Shatner and Jonathan Frakes. So if a development deal comes out of the conversations they have with William Shatner and Jonathan Frakes, that would be awesome. But you have to keep Googling these things to confirm whether these are just rumors or if there's an air of authenticity to them. But yeah, that was the first franchise good news. Skydance will be pursuing a proper Trek. The second Skydance, the second franchise information that this walk and rant is going to, and I'm sorry, it's more of a stand and rant at the moment. But the second franchise, retro franchise, is Marvel. It's not just one project, but it's 2 projects. And they're really pulling out all the stops. They've recently done a teaser trailer for a new Spider-Man movie. And there's all kinds of Easter eggs in the trailer, all kinds of what seems like there's going to be some interesting cameos. And You can dissect the new trailer. It's up there. It's on the internet. Plus, they want to allude to the new Avengers movie, the Doomsday, and they're pulling out their big wallets to pay a lot of stars to come back to do cameos. They seem like they're really interested in getting the fans back on board again, and I think it will probably do pretty well. My gripe is they brought back Robert Downey Jr. to be Doctor Doom, and that's more of a Fantastic Four villain than it is an Avengers villain. And you can comment, what you think on that point in the comments also. And as much as I'd like to see an alternate universe of Tony Stark come back to take the place of the departed Tony Stark and be a new Iron Man, that would be awesome. I am not thrilled about Tony Stark as Doctor Doom. If you agree with me on that, let me know in the comments. I just feel, either he's Iron Man or he's not, I mean, even if they have to bring an unknown actor to be an alternate Tony Stark from another universe to be the new current Iron Man, well, that would be good too, I'm all up for that. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. It'd be nice to see, if they threw a lot of money, a ton of money at Terrence Howard, if they had a multiverse visit, have Don Cheadle in there too, but have Terrence Howard as Rhodey again in his own War Machine suit from this alternate universe. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. I don't know if Terrence Howard would want to do it or not. If it's a matter of money, though, I hope Marvel would really make the effort. It'd be a nice apology, for what they did to him between Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2. But, yeah, tell me what you guys think of that one. Yeah. A lot of people forget about what Marvel did to Terrence Howard. I didn't forget. But, yeah, I hope you guys like this. This has been my March walk and rant regarding retro franchises, and hopefully it's bright future for new Star Trek, going back to OG Star Trek, and hopefully the new Marvel products will be respectful of the material, respectful of the fans. Alrighty, guys, may the Triforce bless you all. Like and subscribe.